CERN Vortex and UFO video debunked. I'm sure by now some of you have probably seen this. I don't usually do a whole lot of debunking videos. It's not really my thing, but by now you've probably seen the video making the rounds claiming to be of a vortex above the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, which also shows an apparent UFO entering before disappearing completely. So the question is this actually real, or does this have the hallmarks of a faked video? If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below. We do talk about a lot of strange things like this, but it's rare for me to do like a debunking video or to outright say something is fake. Usually when I see a strange video like, well, not like this, but like if I see a strange video, let's say, usually I'm kind of caught somewhere in the middle. Either I'll be like leaning towards it being fake, or I'll lean towards the possibility it might be real. But with this one, because I do a little bit of video editing myself, so there were things that jumped out immediately, and look, the only reason I'm even posting this, it's not to drag anyone's name through the mud. I don't know the people who did this, so I don't have anything against them or anything. But it's because I do a lot of research into CERN and quantum physics, and I've written a couple of books on the topics, on those topics, and so people are asking my opinion. And I figure instead of writing it out every time somebody asks, it's better to just make a video that I can just send the link to, or whatever. Now, for copyright reasons, I'm not able to post the actual video in this video, but I do have a link in the show description from an article that has the video on it. And I'll read the article. The headline says, "What is going on over the Large Hadron Collider? U.S. tourists claim to have filmed the mysterious vortex of clouds and UFO orb of light flying into it above Swiss facility." Clip shows clouds swirling in the sky above the nuclear research tunnels. Orb of light appears and travels at speed toward the center of the vortex. It reaches the middle before mysteriously vanishing along with the clouds. Video has sparked debate online, with some viewers calling the footage a hoax. This is a bizarre moment. This is the bizarre moment. A purported UFO zoomed toward the swirling vortex of cloud and vanished into thin air. The eerie footage was captured in the sky above the Large Hadron Collider, a complex particle collider based on the European Particle Physics Laboratory CERN near Geneva, Switzerland. The video was posted to YouTube by the Section 51 2.0 channel alongside the description that it was captured by 2 American tourists. Let's see. The clip shows clouds swirling at speed in the sky above the nuclear research tunnels. Suddenly, an orb of light appears from nowhere in the bottom right of the frame and immediately begins traveling at speed towards the center of the vortex. The filmmaker, who could be heard expressing his amazement in the swirling clouds only moments earlier, fails to acknowledge the sudden appearance of this orb, but zooms in on it as it reaches the very center of the vortex and seemingly disappears into another dimension. The video concludes moments later when the clouds suddenly follow suit and vanish alongside the ball of light. Since appearing online, the video has been viewed 250,000 times, but its authenticity has been called into debate. A number of YouTube users have suggested the UFO was created using CGI. Other users disagreed with this theory, however, with one writing, "It's crazy how lost most of you are when it comes to this stuff. CGI? Really? Not even the best or most powerful computers could generate a visual like that." I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just... I'll get to that in a minute, but built by the European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, between 1998 and 2008, the Large Hadron Collider is the largest and most powerful particle collider in the world. The LHC enables physicists to collide particles at velocities approaching the speed of light, and was most notably used to discover the Higgs boson or God particle in 2012. It is hoped that the information will eventually help us understand how the universe began. I did, I have, obviously, since you're watching the video, you know this, I have pictures from the video. I think that I can do that, and because I'm commenting on it, so there's a whole fair use thing. But I couldn't put the actual video in here because YouTube would definitely flag that. But again, you can go to that link and you can watch it for yourself. Um, so the again, the main reason I'm doing this type of debunking video is uh, mainly because, like I said, a lot of people have been asking, but also I've seen a lot on Facebook that people are just posting it without really doing a whole lot of research, and we got to get out, we got to get away from doing stuff like that. If we see a video like this, we should have a healthy amount of skepticism. At the very least, if we're going to post something, we should say, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think this could be true, but, we got to be open to the possibility that it might not be. Now, the reason that I kind of laughed at that comment, that I don't know who, the article doesn't say who wrote it, but that says CGI, really not even the best or most powerful computers could generate a visual like that. And then the other one that says it's crazy how lost most of you are when it comes to this stuff. And I'll say I do believe that they are doing some very strange things at CERN, things that they probably shouldn't be messing with. I've written an entire book on the subject, and that will be out soon. But I also have two previous books, Quantum Creation and Cherubim Chariots, that deals a little bit with quantum physics. But I totally get that, I mean, but this doesn't mean that every bit of evidence that comes out in support of that idea is true. So, I mean, this is why it's good to ask other people and get other opinions and things. Now, I don't have I don't have. I've never went to school or anything for video editing. I'm not like, but I do a certain level of video editing, and I have been for years for my show, The Sharpening Report, or even just for little videos like this. Now, even with the limited I guess experience or expertise or whatever that I have, and what I mean by that is, I can't, I wouldn't know how to like make the special effects that are seen in like the Avengers movie, or something like that. But something like this, it is actually pretty simple to do. The dead giveaway is when, if you watch the video, well, there's two or three things. One thing that this article did touch on, which was good, is that the guy that was talking, he didn't comment at all. He was commenting about the cloud, he said, "Oh, this is crazy," but he didn't comment at all about the UFO, apparently, as it shows up, and it seems like he would. But not only that, if you look at the video, the clouds, and the clouds seem to be more in like the mid-ground or foreground, or but the swirling vortex is in the background. And when you look at it, you can tell that whoever created this was trying to make it seem like the vortex was being created from those clouds, that there was some type of energy that was swirling around, and it was taking the clouds with it. But if you look at the clouds themselves, clearly this vortex thing is behind the clouds, and the clouds are not adding anything to the vortex. They're not being taken up into the vortex. So where are the clouds that are in the vortex? Where are they? Where do those come from? But to me, what was like the dead giveaway, when the UFO goes up into the vortex, and then the person that's supposedly recording this zooms way in. Oh, and also, just going back to the previous point, all that wind and everything that's supposedly, that the camera is supposedly picking up, you would see a lot more movement in the clouds if there was that much wind. But anyway, and okay, so back to the third point. When the camera zooms in and you see the video, or you see the UFO enter the vortex, and then the vortex disappears, then the video zooms out and everything's completely normal. That's a dead giveaway. That effect is it's just a simple fade effect. Um, I mean, you can even tell in these the pictures in this video. If you over in any I use Vegas 11, so in any like video editing program, you can take two clips and merge them together. Just put one over top of the other, and they'll fade one from another. So what this person did was they took a normal video, like just a totally normal video of the sky, where they zoomed in and everything. Then they went into a video editing program and copied it. So you have two clips on two tracks, one on top of another. On one of the tracks, let's just say the top one. On the top track, they put some type of CGI to do that vortex thing, which wouldn't be difficult to do, but they added that in there. I mean, there's a number of programs that can do things like that, or even that would even look more convincing than that, and especially the orb, the UFO orb. But anyway, so they did that to the first half of the video, and then there's a couple different ways that they could have went about it after this. Either they could have changed the opacity on the altered video after the effects, so that it would the opacity in the first clip would merge into the second clip, so everything would be normal. And that's how you can have like seamless camera movement and stuff with editing, because you don't necessarily have to like split it up and do it that way. So they could have done that, or they could have split each clip at the same point and then just moved the other one, the unaltered one, over a little bit into the altered one at that exact time, and that's how you get that disappearing effect. So really what it is, it's one video melding, it's the altered video melding into the unaltered video. And that's how you can get the seamless, camera movement, and you can keep the zoom in and zoom out and all that. But that fade, I mean, I've used that a million times in my own videos. I mean, it's the simplest thing. It's like video editing 101. So it's really easy to pick out. So again, I don't think this is genuine at all. I think it is a hoax. I don't know why someone would do that. I'm assuming for views, or or whatever. I mean, 250,000 views. If you have AdSense hooked to your YouTube account, I mean, you'll get quite a bit of money from that. I mean, you could get like a couple $1,000s for that pretty easily. So that might have been, but again, like I said earlier, I don't know these people. I can't pretend to know their motivations or anything. I doubt that this was just a misunderstanding. I think it was done with intent. But so if you see that around, if you see it posted to Facebook, go ahead, link this video to it so people know. And also we got to be careful with this stuff, because if we post it and then later on it comes out, it's confirmed that it's fake or whatever, then we're left with egg on our face. We don't want to do that. So it's good to have real, legitimate information out there. When stuff like this comes out, do your own research before posting. I mean, really with things like this, if you don't have the eye to be able to see if it's fake or not, that's fine. Chances are there's somebody that does, because like I said, I mean, it's pretty simple stuff that anybody with. I mean, like my wife has a Lenovo laptop, and if I wanted to, I could create something like this on that, and that laptop is awful. It's like the weakest computer I've ever owned. But So I don't say that, to be sarcastic or to be, I'm just saying it's not as hard as it might look to create these things. But so if you see something like this and you want to know, I mean, post it and ask. You could share it, but make sure you have in there. I don't know if this is real or not. What do you guys think? And you'll get opinions on both sides of the fence, but at least you'll have more information to work with. Uh, so that's what I would suggest. With these types of things, it's a good idea to research it, and if you have any question about it, or if you don't know for sure, it's best to just ignore it or not post it, because we don't want to spread disinformation around, especially in the truther movement or the fringe Christian movement, or whatever community you're a part of. The last thing anybody wants is disinformation. So that's why I'm making this video. Anyway, I'm sure I could have explained that more eloquently, but it's me, so you get what you get. If you like this video, you'll love the others. I have plenty on my YouTube channel, so go ahead and subscribe. Share this with your friends. The reason that I don't do debunking videos usually is because many times they don't ever get as popular as the fake thing, that whatever the fake thing was. The fake thing will be front page news, but then the retraction will be on like page 10 or page. So usually it doesn't do a whole lot of good. But since I have had a lot of people ask me personally what I think about this, um, and if I know if it's fake or not, and and I'll be completely honest, I can't say 100% that it's fake. I can say like 99.9%. I would be extremely surprised if this actually turned out to be real. Like if I die and go to heaven and God's like, "Hey, Josh, you know that video you debunked, that actually was real. You messed up." I don't really see that as being likely, but it's not outside of the realm of possibilities. So I could be wrong. I don't think I am. I firmly believe that this is fake, but I try to allow for at least, even if it's a small amount, at least a small possibility. But anyway, so uh, again, all that being said, it's good to do our research. It's good to do our homework. We have to get a handle on this stuff before we just go and post anything that we see, because it doesn't look good. And then ultimately, all we're doing is we're helping people who are trying to spread disinformation around. We're helping them do that, and helping confuse everybody. So we don't want to do that. Again, subscribe, share, rate, comment, all that stuff. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care and God bless.